Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Rajit from We Are Learn Today. So in a previous video, we already discussed about introduction to C programming language. And in that video, we already discussed about why learn C as a first programming language, an introduction of C language, history of C, facts about C, features of C, and one simple program. And finally, we discussed about C tokens. And in that second video, I already posted about C operators. So if you missed that video means I will be give the link in the description box. You can refer it. Okay. And today's we are going to discuss about data types in C. So first we have to know what are all the data types available in the C languages. Because if you want to declare a variable means you have to know the declaration format, and for that we have to know what is data type. Okay. So this is the data types. First basic data type, derived data type, and enumeration data type, and finally void data type. So let's see one by one. So first we have to know what is data type. C provide various types of data types which allow the programmer to select the appropriate type for the variable to set its value. The data type in a programming language is the collection of data with the values having fixed meaning as well as characteristics. So data types specify how we enter data into our programs and what type of data we enter, and some of them are integer, floating point, character, and etc. Usually programs specify the range value for given data type. So these C data types are used to identify the variable when it declared, and identify the type of return value of a function, and identify the type of parameter expected by the function. So first we have to understand the data types. So these are the types. First user defined, and primitive, and basic, and derived. So in a user defined data type, we have enumeration and type def, and in a derived we have array, structure, union, and pointers. In a primitive, or we can call this basic data type, is nothing but integer data type, void, and floating. An integer we have subdivided into two, int and character. In the float type we have two types, one is float, another one is double. So first primitive data types. So this all comes under the primitive data types: integer, character, floating point. And inside the integer we have int, short int, and long int, and unsigned int, unsigned short int, unsigned long int. And the same way in a character we have single signed character and unsigned character. In a floating point we have float, double, and long double. So next we have to know the range of the primitive data type, right? So for here the table, it contains the data type, the corresponding range, and the size of the byte. For signed character it occupy 1 byte, and we have to use the specifier, the percentage C. So it is called a format string or a format specifier. Okay. And signed character, it will take 1 byte. So same way, so a float take 4 byte, and double take 8 byte. So the corresponding bytes and range and format string will be displayed in this table. So let's discuss about integer data type. So integer are used to store whole number. It will not have any fraction part. It only have the whole numbers. Okay. And size and range of data type are 16-bit machine. So why we are mentioning the 16-bit machine means actually the range and size of byte means it will be different from machine to machine. So 16-bit machine or 32-bit machine, it the size of the integer or float double will be different. Okay, so this is the type they given. It is based on the 16-bit machine. Okay, and next is float type. So float type are used to store real number. It's nothing but fraction part. So integer means it hold only the whole number without fraction part. So if you want to declare the fraction part means you have to use float type. And floating point are used to store real number, and size and range of integer type is 16-bit machine. So this is also taken from the 16-bit machine. So for float, 4 byte, double 8 byte, and long double 10 byte. Okay, and this is the corresponding range for float, double, and long double. So next is character type, and character types are used to store character value, and this is the corresponding size. So for character we know it 1 byte, unsigned or signed it will take only 1 byte. And we have to discuss about void type. So void is an empty data type that has no value. In a computer programming, when void is used as function return type, it indicates that the function does not return any value. For example, see the program. So here void main and open curly braces, and here some programs, and here we will not mention return type. So no need to mention the return type here. So next, derived data type. So the data type that are derived from the primitive are built-in data types or referred as derived data type. So this can be four types, namely function, array, pointers, structure, and union. And these are called as derived data types. Okay. So let's see one by one. First is function. A function is a block of code or program segment that is defined to perform a specific well-defined task. A function is generally defined to save the user from writing the same line of code again and again for the same input. So all the line of code are put together inside a single function, and this can called anywhere required. Main of is a default function that is defined in every C programming. And this is the syntax: function type, function name, and inside the bracket we have to give the parameter. So in normally function is used to reduce the program length. Okay, so in every program the compiler start from the main function. So as a default we have one function that is called main function. Okay, so if we are using the function means it avoid the repetition. If the code you want again and again means you need not declared or access again and again. So if you want to put in together, one block means you can call whenever you need. Okay, so that is the main purpose of the function. The function is used to reduce the program length. Okay, and next, array. So an array is a collection of items stored at continuous memory location, and the idea of array is represent many instances in one variable. And the syntax is nothing but first data type and array name, and inside the set bracket we have to mention the size of the array. Okay, and we have to know one thing: array index start from 0. Okay, so see, so here the 40 is the first element of the array, and the array index is 0. Okay, array index start from 0. So first index is 0 and last index is 8. So totally the length of the array is 9. And next, pointer. A pointer or symbolic representation of addresses. They enable program to simulate call by reference as well as to create and manipulate dynamic data structure. It's a general declaration in C and as well as C++ has same format. So this is the syntax. First we have to mention the data type, and we have to use asterisk symbol, and after that variable name. Okay, so in a normal declaration how we will declare first data type, and after that we just mention the variable name. That's it. So the small changes is you have to include the asterisk before the variable. So if declared in this way means it is called as pointer. So see the example, int asterisk ptr. So here ptr points the address and which holds the int data. Okay, and see the inside the box I have another example. So int var equal to 10 and int star p. So first int var equal to 10 is a normal data type, and next int star p is nothing but pointer variable. Okay, and p equal to ampersand var. So this is the assignment of address. So in this third line we are going to assign address of variable to the pointer variable. Okay, so in normally in every C program, if you are declaring means it has its own memory. Okay, if you want to access the memory of particular variable means that time the pointer will be helpful. Okay, see, so the p has pointer variable. So what we assign in the p value, p equal to address of var. So what is the address of var? 00xbba77. So it holds the address of this variable, and normally p has its own its own memory address. Okay, so this is the main purpose of the pointer. And next is structure. A structure is a user defined data type in C as well as C++. A structure creates a data type that can be used to group item of possibly different types in single type. So struct is a keyword is used to create a structure. So this is the example, struct keyword, and address is the structure name, or we can call this structure tag. Okay, and inside the curly braces we can declare any number of data type. Okay, and this is called as field or members of the structure. Okay, okay, so first we have to understand what is the difference between a structure and array. Okay, so array is a collection of homogeneous data, in a structure is a collection of heterogeneous data. See, it's nothing but homogeneous means if I want 10 values means in an array I can use int a of 10. Okay, if I declared int a of 10 means I can get 10 values, but I can get 10 values in an integer format only. Okay, if I want um, multiple data types means I have to go for structure. So in a structure, I can get multiple data types, sorry, multiple values with different data types. In an array, we can get many number of values or variables, but I can get only same data type. If I declare int a of 10 means I can get 10 values or 100 values, but the type is only integer. The same way for float means float a of 20 means I can get 20 values, but 20 values must be in a float. So instead of using this means I need plenty of values in a different format. Means I have to use structure. So in a structure, it is also used to get a plenty of values or variables, but we can get any number of different data types. See the previous window. Here we declared struct and structure keyword, and after that I can declare character and then int and then float. Okay, so that is called heterogeneous. In an array, that is called homogeneous. Okay, and array data are accessing use index, and structure element are access using operator. Okay, so if you want to access the array element means you have to use index, and we already discussed an array index is start from 0, and structure element are accessed using dot operator. Okay, so accessing in array we have to use index, in a structure we have to use dot operator. So this is dot. Okay, dot operator, or we can call this as a period operator. An array allocate static memory and structure allocate dynamic memory. An array element access take less time than structure, and structure element take more time than array. Okay, so because in array we have homogeneous data, so only one data type, it will be int or float or double. So anything, it will be only single data type, so it will take accessing time will be reduced. So in a structure, it will contain a character, double, float or int. So it have plenty of data types with the values. So the task element accessing is pretty, it will take more time when we compare to the array. Okay, so this is the example of differentiation between array and structure. So next we have to discuss about union. A union is a special data type available in a C that allow to store different data types in same memory location. So this is the main thing. So same memory location, and you can define a union with many number, but only one member can contain a value at any given time. So union provide an efficient way of using the same memory location of multiple purpose. Okay, so this is the syntax. First you have to mention union, and you have to mention union type. Same way. So in a structure you have to use struct keyword, and instead of struct you have to use union here, and remaining will be same. There is no change. And a previous we have used struct keyword, here we have to use union keyword. Okay, and one more thing, for example, the size of operator. So in the previous video we already discussed about the size of operator. So it's nothing but we have to get the what size it will take. Okay, for example, in a memory, if I declared int a means integer, it will take 2 byte when we use 16-bit machine. If I use 32-bit machine or 64-bit machine means for integer it will take 4 byte. Okay, so I have to know the size of the array or size of the structure or size of the unions. I can use size of operator. Okay, so the only thing why union we have to use means same purpose. Okay, we can get many number of values with a different data type, but we have to understand the difference between a structure and union. Okay, the structure is nothing but same way. In a structure or union, both are used to get many number of variables with a different data type. Okay, the concept behind is in a union. Okay, first we have to discuss about structure. In a structure, the same data type, if I mention means int I means it will take 4 byte, float f means it will take 4 byte, character means it will take 1 byte. See, in a string here using 20, so totally 20 character it will take. So if I use 20 character, so this same data type I used in a structure means the total size of the array is 28, because 20 plus 4 plus 4, so totally 24 byte will be allocated for the structure. Okay, see, and if I here the memory is wasted. Okay, to avoid that, here the union concept. See, so int will be 4 byte, float will be 4 byte, in a character we have 20 byte. So the total size of the union, this union means it will allocate only 20 byte, so we can save 8 byte here. So that is the major advantage of union. So see, a union is a special data type available in C that allows store different data type in a same memory location. Is it clear now? So different data type, int, float or different data type in the same memory location it will allocate. So same memory location will be shared. Okay. So that is the main concept. We have to move on to the union. Okay. So this the structure and union example. See, same uh, members are used in both structure and union. Okay, so if I used in this format means character is 1 byte and float will be 4 byte. So totally for x and y it will take totally 5 byte. 4 plus 1 5. Okay, 5 byte will be allocated. Same, see here. So here character is 1 byte, same float is 4 byte. Here the 4 byte, so which is the largest byte? 4, right? So 4 will be taken and the character is shared the same memory location. See the total size of the employee when we are using the union means it will take only 4 byte. In structure we are use 5 byte. Okay, so we can reduce the byte when we use the concept of union. Is it clear now? Okay, so this is the exact different session. So here A and B, 2 byte, 4 byte. So totally it will take 2 plus 4, 6 byte. So in a union, which one is higher? 4 byte. So 4 byte means the 2 byte will be allocated from the same memory location it will share. Okay, so totally size of the union is 4 byte. So this is the a difference between a structure versus union. Okay, so in a keyword we have to use struct keyword, and a union we have to use union keyword. The size, when a variable is associated with a structure, the compiler allocate the memory of each member, and the size of structure is greater than or equal the sum of size of its member. And when a variable is associated with a union, the compiler allocate the memory by considering the size of largest memory. See, largest memory. So if you are declared in float character, okay, and a character we are using 20 byte character array means the which is the largest byte? 20. We know. So the 20 byte will be shared to the other data types. Okay, so union is equal to the size of the largest member. In a memory, each memory within a structure is assigned unique storage area of location. In a memory location is shared by individual memory of union and value altering. So when structure altering the value of member will not affect other members of the structure. Okay, but in a union altering the value of any member will be alter other member values too. Okay, this is the one disadvantages. And accessing members in a structure you have to access the individual member can be accessed at a time, but in a union only one member can access the at a time. Okay, and initialization of members, several members of structure can initialize at once. In a union only the first element member of union can be initialized. Is it clear? Okay, next we have to discuss about user defined data type. So in a user defined data type, we have to speak about type def and enumeration. So first type def. So type def keyword can be used to declare an identifier as a user defined data type. So see the syntax. Type def is a keyword, and after that you have to give the data type and here name. Okay, so type def float average. So if I declared in this format means, see, roll number r1 r2. So now the roll number will be act as a integer data type, because see the type def int roll number we are mentioned, so automatically the roll number will be act as a data type. Okay, see, so roll number R1, R2 means R1, R2 will be integer data type. Okay, so see the average. Average is nothing but floating data type. Type the float average. So average A1, A2 will be floating type. Okay, so type def is nothing but we can you can give your name also. Okay, you can give any values or sorry any variable name, and that variable name is act like a data type. which you are declared. Okay. And next is enum. The enum is used to declare identifier as user defined data type. Such data type are also called enumeration. The enum keyword can be used to declare an identifier as data type, which can store a limited set of integer value. So this is the syntax. First enum and identifier, and inside the curly braces you have to value 1, value 2 up to value n. And this is the example enum days of. Inside the curly brace you have to mention the values, and this is the accessing format. Enum days, day 1 means it will be Monday, day 2 means it will be Tuesday, day 3 Wednesday, day 4 Thursday, day 5 Friday, and day 6 is Saturday. Okay, and like in this way it will accessed. So this is the user defined data type. Enumeration in C. So this is the declaration part, initialization part, and the operation. Okay, so enum is a keyword. Day of week is a enum variable. You can give your name to, that is not an issue. Okay, and inside the curly braces you can give Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, any, but the state is 0 and 1, and it will start from the 0. Okay, and this is the initialization, and after that final is operation. So this is the example of data types. So I think now you have a clear idea about what is data type. Okay, so this is the example. As usual, header file hash include stdio.h, and in the main, and inside the main function I declared many values, right, many variables. So first is integer variable, floating variable, and character variable. See, integer whole number, floating fraction part 5.2324 character. So this is a fraction part. Character C, see, I'm using single quote for the character. So this is long and int and short and double and float. So this is the example to how you declared a variable in a program. Okay. So I hope you understand the concept. Okay. So actually in this playlist I covered all C programming. So it's mainly for the, this tutorial is mainly for the beginners. If you don't know what is C, means you can refer my video. Actually, I posted from the introduction of C, and after that, I uploaded operators in C, and this is the data types in C. In upcoming video, we will discuss about variables, functions, array, concept, and pointers, structure, union, file concept. So actually, in a C, many topics are available. So let's cover one by one. Okay. If I hope. You like my video, and if you like my video means please do subscribe for updates. Thank you for watching.